site, which is always cool. Don't really see that often enough, I think, as a reactive play. So NIP get one player through the smoke, but I think he was flat at the same time. So they're really just around this quad smoke. And there is Lowell, there's the bomb, which needs full rotation, still holding down to a second kill. Man advantage for now. We've got a long rotation for Chris J. So NIP may just get that consecutive round.
And this is really important that Draken is able to win this battle, and he will. That's Rop's very, very dead. Chris J can't really do anything by himself here, and so that is the round by NIP finally. Stringing rounds together. Again, this was a problem yesterday. Yesterday they could win rounds, but they could never string them together, and they would just get reset, and then in that horrible cycle once again.
Yeah, but I don't even like the way they won that round. You know, they forced through a quad smoke. They're very fortunate that they were even able to kill that player on site. Like, if Freiburg doesn't come through that smoke and get that kill through the site, I know he got traded on by Lowell, but if he doesn't get that 1-for-1, like, they lose that round for sure, because they're just forcing it. And it's not, it's not, organized in a way where you're going to have effective trade kills. It was one guy jumping through a smoke completely blind, then going back into the smoke. It was just a mess, to be honest, and they're very lucky that they even got that round.
Right. It's like a questionable consistency to such approaches, right? And also, sorry, go ahead.
No, go on. You
I was going to say also, Oscar could very well have gotten that kill at the early stages. Like, he had a good read in where to push. Got a wallbang instead.
Yeah, they ended up in no man's land on the A site for quite a long time. Exists. Really needs that second kill. He's quite low, and there it is. Those are two rifles very quickly disappearing. Oh, now it's getting awkward for Draken, but he's got backup. Uh-oh. Oh, no! Oh! What is going on? It's a 2v2 on an eco round.
Oh, man. You saw it happening, didn't you? In your mind's eye, you see that kill coming out from Ross, but not to be... However, this round can still be for Mouse Sports. They don't have a kit, but they do have a kit, in fact. Of course, Chris J saving that one. So there's a realistic possibility here for them to actually clutch this. Bomb going down on the sights. And Gerrit has to hit these shots. Oh dear. One more player left to take down from Mouse Sports to steal this one away. Chris J taking a lot of damage. The only player with Kevlar. Not much left of it now, but Dennis turns the corner. And they survive with 2 players. There's even an AWP to be collected in B storage. This is crazy.
Freiburg peeking there, though. That's not how you play it. You wait until your other player's in position. I'm pretty sure they knew both were spawned, just based off like noise cues and whatnot. You don't want to be the initial point of contact if you're Freiburg there. You want to wait until Get Right takes contact, then you peek out and you get absolute freebies. It's just not well played again from Nit, man. And if Oscar's getting aggressive and he's making it 4v5 and you're losing rounds like that, which is happening, that's one thing, that's one issue. But not only is that happening, where they can't maintain map control against Oscar, they're also just a mess when it comes to like how to actually win rounds.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's very, very worrying, actually, to be honest.
No, it really is.
To see them in this state, and it does also, again, you can have bad days. But as you were mentioning, if you have a generally inconsistent approach, you're going to have pretty poor results, and that's what we've seen recently from LIP. So this could be a lasting trend potentially, unless something has been going on in the team. We'll have to see, what's going on there, if it is going to be a lasting trend or not. But another early frag in the round by Chris J this time for the Mouse Sports side, leaving NIP with 4 players, now 3, courtesy of Oscar and that ever so deadly AWP of his.
It's pretty cool to see Chris J playing with the rifle, I have to say, because obviously, I think he's even more famous for the Scout than he is for the AWP, if you remember,
Yeah, you're right, I think. Yeah.
Right, but obviously he's an AWPer, but I mean, the aggression that he's shown in this particular round and the lack of respect is really cool to see, and he's doing really nice stuff in mid, so I have to give him credit for that, because I think it's easy to not pay attention to an AWPer's rifling skills. Like, the only one that really, I think, has had significant mention before is Simple, who's just awesome with anything. But
like what Draken Buzz.
The funny thing is that we've seen so many timeouts.
Wow.
I don't know if that's tilt or not, but we've seen so many. Well,
that's got to be a mistake. I think that must be like auto buy by accident, surely, because they're probably asking right now, I'm guessing they're saying, can we restart the round? Because he pressed the wrong thing. Yeah, exactly. There you go. So I mean, the first thing I did right when I had a bigger keyboard was just remove all those stupid binds, auto buy. I've never used binds in Counter Strike because remember old CS, right, where you could have like just a text menu. I was so pissed that there's no way to have just a text menu in this game.
Yeah, I know what you
Because I
mean,
could
yeah.
buy in like 1 second everything.
Yeah.
You know. It's like I don't want this wheel thing. I don't need this wheel thing. Let me have my old school stuff.
I don't mind using like numpad scripts and stuff like that. That's quite.
Nothing wrong with it.
Well, the good thing about the thing is they had, why not just have both, basically?
Yeah. Ooh.
Look at this.
Oh. Against the eco, no less, but still.
I like it because
It's been out numbers, man.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, right? I'm not saying it makes sense, but I like it because they're like psychologically crushing their opponent by
Yeah.
doing things like that.
And it's good to make minus EV plays every now and again as well. Like, that is a good thing to do. Because it creates unpredictability.
Yeah, it's psychological warfare.
That said, it's not necessarily the best time to do it, against pistols like this, but
That's why, yeah, well, it doesn't make sense. But again, it's like, I think Mousesports are confident that they will clean up whatever mess comes of Oscar potentially dying there. But if he, I think there's definitely value to be had, especially in a best of 3 series, like in psychology and psychological warfare. I think by doing things like that, just can tilt your opponents even more. I mean, they are playing these NIP in 2 matches, so to behave like that in a way which is not consistent with professional methods of thinking, that is a great edge to have, which I don't know if many teams think about that kind of stuff.
yeah, NIP just getting dismantled. It's absolutely dismantled. It's a disarray.
If they run through a smoke again and die to Chris J again for like the 4th round in a row.
See this rim on the edge of the room? That's like a really good place to throw bounce grenades off, because if anybody's underneath the boost, it's going to collide with them and do colossal damage. It does give your position away, however. So from a professional point of view, because no one ever uses that ridge in pro matches.
Look at this
Yeah,
setup
it does.
there.
It gives away your position too much, though. Because you don't want them to know exactly where you're throwing it from, whether it's highway or close mid. That's why Chris J lobs it over like he does.
You can see that like Geralt and Draken seemed convinced that there was a push either from B storage or from the warehouse there. And again, look at the map control. This is absurd. It's a 4v4. Usually you would expect the Ts, especially with this much time left, to be able to dictate the map control and then put the CTs in the spot where they're blind. But it's completely the opposite. And it's running into the A bomb site here and getting completely ruined because Mousesports know everything that's happening.
Well, they also ran through a smoke again into Chris J, and Chris J got another double kill for, I think, the 4th or 5th time this half.
It's like they're playing like really scared and
Well,
then
this
just
is
making
why-
horribly desperate plays.
Well, what can you do? Because you can't do any type of default to make map control because Oscar picks you off and makes a 4v5, and you lost the round before it even started. And then when you try to do any type of a crisscross smoke execute, you're just forcing it through a smoke because you can't maintain map control.
That's the thing, perhaps, I mean, maybe they're giving Oscar way too much respect or something in that sense, because you've got to fight for map control, and it's like this eco is actually going to find its way into the bomb site, potentially. There is a fast rotation for the Mousesports players. Again, they've had perfect understanding and calling and rotation timings against NIP pretty much throughout the entire matchup so far.
But it's odd because like I learned how to smoke off the AWP, Molotov them away from the checker's position and kind of secure the outside of B from watching Get Right do it. And I learned all
he used to be the best in the world at it, I think, in my opinion. There was a period where
I
he was amazing
guarantee you,
at
if he did that, Oscar would push through the Molotov and go behind the box and just kill him. If Get Right's by himself, I guarantee it. So if Get Right wants to push him back, he's going to have to throw the Molotov and 2 flashes after.
I throw a HE off the wall behind the box because if someone's behind it, then you'll hear it collide with them.
It's just comical at this point, isn't it? It's just comical at this point.
That was awesome.
Forrest.
Forrest is so mad.
Yeah, man.
I would be pissed. Now, Forrest probably isn't pissed. I don't think he gets mad, but I would be mad.
But at least NIP have somewhat of a split setup here. They have very limited grenades though, and they have. Well, they're trying to trade into the bomb site now. Position for Lulz, at least good for one and done, and already the man advantage is looking problematic. Trading for success are Mouse Sports currently. Draken, last man standing. He's very capable of this, of course. He's got an incendiary as well to buy some time or space. And here goes the plant.
He knows where one is. He's looking for trade fraggers, but does he realise they're both at the same spot? One down, one to go. He'll hear Chris J running. Sees him on the high ground, and there is a desperate and much needed third round for NIP. And I think that everyone,